In this video, let's take a quick look at the mechanics to generate initial disclosures and closing documents inside Path. All right, let's go ahead and open up Path, log in, and hop into a loan. Let's go to our compliance loan estimate screen. Now, there's two ways to generate initial disclosures in Path. The first way is to order them from a third-party doc vendor. And the way you do that is go down here and click this Order Disclosures button. Now we've got several doc vendors integrated inside Path, and I'll show that list at the end of the video. But regarding the mechanics, what you would do is on this ordering screen, you would select your request type, your package type, if there was any additional information that you needed to enter in here. Each doc vendor is a little different as far as how their ordering screen is set up. But once you enter in the required information, you'd click the order button, and then the doc vendor would do a compliance and audit check because they're going to rep and warrant both the docs and the calculations. And that takes about 15, 20 seconds. And then once they complete that, if there was any fatal errors, those would be listed. So then you'd stay in Path, you'd go to those fields, fix the data, then come back and click the order button again. And then as long as there was no fatal errors, the initial disclosures would open up in a PDF. So then you could scroll through them, look at them, and then if you're comfortable, you'd click the proceed button, which would then automatically upload those disclosures into the doc storage where you could then print them out. And then additionally, you can select e-sign. So not only will they upload into Path the hard copy for wet signature, but you also could select e-signature where the doc vendor would send the borrower the docs electronically for them to e-sign, and then those e-sign documents would also come back into Path. So you've got both options there. Now, the other way that you can generate initial disclosures in Path is by using the CALYX forms for your federal initial disclosures, and then custom forms for any state-specific disclosures. So let me show you what that would look like. So in Path, I'm still on the loan estimate screen, but instead of clicking Order Disclosures, what I'm going to do is click the Loan Estimate button, which is going to bring up the CALYX loan estimate. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Add to add that to the doc storage. Now I'm going to go into the doc storage section of the loan, go down here to Add from Library, and then what we'll do is we'll help you upload any of those state-specific forms as custom documents in Path, and then we'll help you set them up as print groups. So that way when you go into your form library, you'll toggle to your print groups, go down here and select the disclosure package that you want, and then add that to the loan file. So then Path will populate all that data onto all these forms. And then the best practice would be to select those documents and then give them a package name. So I'm going to call this our disclosure package. So now I've got my disclosure package created over here, and then I can select the disclosure package, and I could download this and print it out if I want to have it wet signed, or if I want to send it out for e-signature, I just click this e-sign button. And then that's going to send the borrower a email and a text message alerting them that they have documents to e-sign. And what's really nice is that Path will send up to 15 reminders. So it'll stay in front of the borrower and keep reaching out to them via email and text with some messaging along the lines of, hey, is now a good time to complete the e-signing of your documents? And then once the borrower completes the e-sign, they will automatically upload back into Path, and your LO and processor will get an automatic notification alerting them the e-sign package has been completed and received back. So let me show you what that looks like. So I've sent those documents out. For visibility, you can see here, signature request is pending. You can see when they were sent out, who sent them out. And then now I'm going to pretend I'm the borrower. So I'm going to go into the borrower portal now. So again, this is as easy as I'm the borrower, and I just got a text message alerting me that I have documents to e-sign. So I click the link in my text message. It opens up my borrower portal. I log in, and then that e-sign package is right here waiting for me to sign. And there's that e-sign package. So I'll click my sign button. It'll then take them into the e-sign disclosure and consent form. So they'll have to review that and accept. And I say form, it's a screen, but what happens is when they accept that, it's a form that's going to upload into the file in Path with name, date, and timestamp as evidence, which I'll show you when we get back into the file. Now it takes you into the e-sign package, so they can go through here and start e-signing these documents. And this is mobile optimized, so whether they're on their laptop, their desktop, or on a mobile device like a tablet or an iPhone, the screen is going to fit and be user friendly. And as they're going through these documents, e-signing them, over here on the left, they can see what they've signed so far, how many they still have to go. At any time, they could close out of this and walk away, and then come back to their borrower portal, sign in, and pick up right where they left off. So it's just, again, very user-friendly, not having to type anything. I'm just clicking with my mouse, or if I'm on a mobile device, clicking with my thumb. If if I can't see where to e-sign, there's a nice feature here where, like this loan estimate, for example, I can't, let's say I'm like, where do I sign? Well, I just click next, it'll jump me to the next e-signing area. So that way, again, very user-friendly. And then once I've completed e-signing, I get this message, hey, the signing's complete. We can have an automatic email go out to the borrower just to let them know, hey, we received the e-sign package. We'll be reaching out to you with next steps. The loan officer and processor are going to receive an email notification alerting them that the e-sign package has been completed and received. So let's say I'm the LO and I just got that email. So then I'm going to go back into Path and go into that loan file, and I'll be able to see signature received. There's all the documents. Here's the e-sign disclosure and consent form. And then at the bottom is it the name, date, and timestamp as evidence that they got that and accepted it. And then I'll just go into a document real quick here so you can see what the e-signature looks like. So that's on page 3. There's a little stamp right there. And then every document has an audit trail so you can see when the document was added to Path from the Path library, when the signature request was sent out, and then when the e-signature was received back, all right there tracked for really nice visibility. Now, so that covers the two different ways where you can either order the disclosures from a doc vendor in Path, or you can generate the disclosures using our forms with your state-specific forms uploaded as custom documents. But there's also a third way, which is a hybrid approach, where some customers, they will start off by sending the initial LE using the CALYX form, meaning when they're on that loan estimate screen, they send out the CALYX LE. And then when they're ready to send out the final LE with all the initial disclosure documents, that's when they'll go and order that from the doc vendor. So all three methods work. It's just a preference thing, as far as what you're most comfortable with. Now, for the closing docs, it's very similar. I'm going to move over to my closing disclosure screen here. We provide the CD, so that'll come in the Path library, but we don't provide any other closing documents. So for closing documents, you have to order those from a doc vendor. And so the way you do that is you click Order Closing Documents, brings up the closing document screen. You go in here and select the request type, the package type. Again, each doc vendor will have different data fields as far as what they're going to ask for on their ordering screen here in Path. So you'll fill that out, click the order button. Again, if there's any fatal errors, they'll be listed here. You'll fix those data fields in Path, come back here and hit the order button again. And as long as there's no fatal errors, that closing package will be ordered, generated, automatically uploaded into your Path loan file here. So let's, to wrap this video up, let's go ahead and show you the doc vendors that we have in Path. So I'm just gonna go into our Path bulletin, go into our integrated vendors, bring up our disclosure and closing doc vendors. And so as you can see here, we've got a nice list of very strong industry leaders in the doc vendor space. We've got Assurity, Blackman and Graham, DocMagic, DocuPrep, Gregg and Volby, IDS, now owned by Wolters Kluwer, and then Pearson and Patterson, also known as PP Docs. And we're in the process of adding more. So let me go ahead and conclude this video. I want to bring up my contact information. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. This is my phone number. This is my email address. I'm telling you, you will absolutely love Path. It automates a lot of tasks that you're doing manually right now. But again, reach out to me with questions. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for your time today.